Celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting, 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Here's Gerald Celente with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Celente, Friday, March 6th, 2015, and here are some of today's trends in the news. Well, the big news here in the States is those employment numbers came out, and they were better than expected. That's right. That's not what they said a couple of days ago. We'll look at them on Monday deeper. However, a quick glance, the amount of people working, participation rate, it's still way down. And the other big news is wage growth didn't happen. And first glance at the job numbers are that more in retail, more in healthcare, more jobs paying very little. We'll look at it deeper, but it's had a big effect on the marketplace. Phew! Gold's down because they're anticipating they're going to raise interest rates. And that makes the dollar stronger. And Earl, choo, pop, choo. Earl's down too. Should be going up on news that the economy's growing. But they say there's too much supply. And there are troubles over there in Libya and in Iraq. And that's going to hurt supply, which means that oil prices should be going up. But why put two and two together? And what else do we have that's making the news? Right over here, the dollar hit an 11.5-year high against a basket of currencies because of that better than expected U.S. jobs data. So, all you Europeans over there, now your euro's below $1.10. Hey, Mario Draghi's doing his job. He's going to beat that deflation. You're paying more for everything. But that's okay, because they just keep juicing the markets. Need any more proof? Front page, today's Financial Times. Knife edge bidding war. Look how the language they use. Knife edge bidding war. Don't go like this. Don't play guns, little girls and boys. No, they'll shoot you for that, you know. But you can write language and shows you the disgusting element of what they're talking about. Knife edge bidding war for $21 billion biotech group fuels pharma frenzy. Abive victory over Johnson & Johnson. Valuations rise as deal-making gathers pace. They're doing all of these deals because money's for nothing. That's right. Minus interest rates, negative interest rates, and negative bond yields. Here's the number. $70 billion of mergers and acquisitions have been struck in pharma and biotech so far this year. That's just one category. So, hey, no wage increase, huh? That's all right. Cats at the top are making it big. Big story here. Shoo! Wah. Radical vision, no longer pure fantasy. She calls for collapse of the EU and talks about nationalizing banks. Wow, that's radical. She sees the U.S. as a purveyor of dangerous policies. Wow, that's radical. And Russia as a suitable friend. Why didn't they invade Ukraine and Libya and Iraq? Well, that was the United States, I forgot. And didn't they bomb Gaza? No, that wasn't them either. She wants to bring an end to the immigration and believes the republic is under Islamic assault. I agree with everything that she said. I cannot speak for the Islamic assault issue. There's Marine Le Pen in France. Radical as Marine Le Pen's vision for France may be, the prospects for the National Front policies becoming reality is no longer pure fantasy. If the election were held now, she'd win. Ultimately, quitting the euro is the only solution, she says. We are told it's going to be catastrophic, that it will rain frogs, the Seine will turn into a river of blood. there aren't that many practical problems. Le Pen also wants a radical overhaul of foreign policy in which relations with the regime of Syria, Assad, would be restored, and those with the likes of Qatar and Turkey, which she alleges support terrorism, reviewed. She calls the U.S. the most discredited power in the Middle East region. Can't find any argument with that. But let's call her radical. Let's really be stupid. Let's be prostitutes. Let's sell an agenda because they don't believe in the disaster that has been created by this. Anyone that doesn't buy their line is a radical. Yeah, that's right. See, when you're polite, you can say crap like this. Radical. And speaking of more radicalism, front page right here, Wall Street Journal. America's terror recruits. Federal authorities investigating suspected Islamic State supporters in all 50 states have found no clear picture of the type of American inspired to join the militant groups, complicating efforts to thwart terror recruiting. An estimated 180 Americans have traveled or attempted to travel to the civil war in Syria, according to the National Intelligence Director, James Clapper. Let's hear a round of applause for Clapper. What a guy, Madonna me. Look at this. They don't, I know, yeah. They don't have a clear profile. We figured one out. Can't find a job? Unemployment benefits have run out? You got a big student debt, you can't pay it off? Your parents are sick and tired of you living in the house? All you do is eat, lay around all day long and don't do anything? You whacked out on all these prescription drugs? You want a brighter future? There's one for you. Join ISIS. Yeah, you get to the top of the link, man. Go blow your brains out in Syria and Damascus. Why rot away at home? We see the profile. Yep, join the jihad. Be all that you could be. Sign up as a recruiter in a dilapidated mall near you. What a bunch of junk. Hey, you notice how it's out of the news now that the Homeland Security got the budget? They're not arresting little kids in Coney Island anymore? It's all lunacy. Hey, remember the lunatic that was on last week that all the trained SEALs, the traitors of Congress, were clapping for? Nuts Netanyahu? Yeah, the one that knows everything? Hey, listen to this clip of the man that also instigated the Iraq War. Here he goes.
Obviously, we'd like to see a regime change, at least I would, in Iran, just as I would like to see in Iraq. It's not a question of whether Iraq's regime should be taken out, but when should it be taken out? It's not a question of whether you'd like to see a regime change in Iran, but how to achieve it.
Yeah, it's not a question of whether it's Iraq and Iran. You know, it's only how to achieve it, and if you listen to me, I'll tell you how to do it. Let's invade for false reasons. Hey, why not? And it gets better.
If you take out Saddam's regime, I guarantee you that it will have enormous positive reverberations on the region.
And I guarantee you it'll have positive reverberations around the region. Hey, how come they weren't applauding? Look at those positive reverberations. Guaranteed? Hey, how about a money-back guarantee? Yeah. And they get away with it. Well, why give a money-back guarantee? They got all the money already. Look at this. And it just keeps going. The lies keep building. Yeah, things are lovely over there. It's turned into paradise. Hey, out of Reuters, U.S.-Syria strategy falters with collapse of rebel group. Oh, boop, boop. That's right, the whole thing's collapsed. But have no fear because John Kerry says Military pressure, particularly, may be necessary given President Assad's willingness to negotiate seriously. Isn't that great? Our Secretary of State telling a sovereign nation what they should do. Let's get those military guys involved, right? More boots on the ground. It's a bloodbath over there. A bloodbath committed by bloody murderers like Netanyahu. How do these people get away with it? Oh, Celente, you said price of gold would go up, but it didn't go up. Yeah. I get called out on something like that when they start wars. And I'm going to guarantee you, money back guarantee, 30 days, 60 days, forever. Hey, like Newland, one loser after another, shooting out their mouths, creating hatred. And boy, they get a round of applause and get promoted. And here we got him, that new guy over there, Asshole Carter, the new defense secretary. Yesterday, he said that the Syria peace is to create a third force that can combat ISIS and set the conditions for the eventual removal of Bashar Assad. Hey, Junior, go remove him. Little boy, who are we to tell other people what to do? I just read to you the whole strategy. It's a fact. One after another, the people that the United States supported to overthrow Assad, the good rebels, have been defeated. And the Hazm, or H-A-Z-Z-M, that was the group. State Department spokeswoman Marie Harf said Hazm had received non-lethal U.S. assistance, and the group's demise will have an impact on the moderate opposition capabilities in the north. That's not true. They got tow missiles and everything else. And now the better guys got them. And what else in the news? Crude everywhere. Front page of the Wall Street Journal. In a world awash in crude oil, producers and traders are facing a billion-barrel conundrum. Where to put it? We know where to put it, where it's been going. Hey, did you see that story yesterday about the jet at LaGuardia, you know, that almost went into the river over there, skidding on the ice? Front page, man, here it is, boom. Hey, but did you hear about that train carrying crude oil that derailed in Illinois? Nah, you didn't see that. That was down at the bottom of page 21 in the New York Times. Yeah, right along the Mississippi River. Oh, you forgot the one last week that happened over there in West Virginia. It's only in West Virginia, who cares? And this was only in Mississippi River. This is a disaster. A plane goes almost off the runway. Nobody gets hurt. That's front page. They are polluting the planet, particularly the United States, with this rail cars going over bridges and on railways that were meant to carry grain. Things that haven't been repaired in who knows when and were built over 100 years ago. Like the trestles we have over here in Kingston, built in the late 1800s and repaired around 1908. All rotted and one car after another going over it. So here's the good news. Department of Transportation predicts oil train derailments will be commonplace over the next 2 decades. Dangerous wreckage expected to average over 10 a year, putting a large number of people at risk, according to the Department of Transportation projection reported exclusively to the Associated Press. 15 projected for this year. And any one of the 207 expected derailments during this time could occur near a populated center. It could kill over 200 people and cause over $6 billion worth of damage. And the amount of crude being moved by trains jumped by almost 5,000% since 2009. And again, these trains are going through densely populated areas. They were designed to move grain and machinery, coal, not tanker after tanker after tanker of crude. So, there you got it. No one cares. This country is falling apart, and all they could do is cheer for more war. Think I'm kidding? Boner and bipartisan group pressure Obama on Ukraine. House Speaker John Boner and a group of top Democrats and Republicans stepped up the pressure on President Barack Obama to provide lethal defensive weapons to Ukraine. How about staying home and fixing up what we got here? Can anybody handle that? That Marie Le Pen, I'll tell you, she's a radical. She doesn't want to get involved in other people's problems. I guess I'm a radical too. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's trends in the news.